Hey guys and girls, it's Travis from Mendenhall Woodworking. We're taking this tabletop out of some clamps today and see how she turned out. She's been a little longer than I wanted to. Just work got too busy. My main job got too busy to come home and get this out after work and work until 9 o'clock at night. I'm just a little tired. So we got some free time. Daughter's up napping, so take this out and see how she looks. Looks pretty good. Got a slight twist to it. I could probably suck that up with the base. I knew it might happen being in the clamp so long, but this is going to be an actual outdoor table for the customer underneath the big covered patio or a back porch. Cut these ends down flat. I made it longer than what I needed by about 1.5 inches, so I got room to cut down to get this a good straight edge and get it prepped to put the dowels in for breadboard ends. Alright, so I squared off one edge because they're all overhangs with the biscuit joints, everything I use. They're not all flush at the end, because I made them longer than what I need. The customer on this one wants the table overall 7 feet long. I take 2x6s and mill them down to square them up and everything. They're actually 5 inches wide. So with one on each end, I'm using 2x6s as the breadboard ends. So one on each end is 10 inches. So these need to be, excuse me, 74 inches long for the slab before the end. So we're going to measure it, I'll mark it, and cut this end off. Okay, so I got both edges squared straight up, ready for the breadboard ends. Now, I could take a full length 2x6, run it through the table saw, mill it down to what I do, and try to handle an 8-foot piece at once. But I measured this out. It's exactly 35.5 inches. So you can go ahead and cut a 2x6 down to length and then mill it out, so you're messing with two smaller pieces easier. You got more control over it going to the table saw, everything else. On a little tip or trick, whatever, everybody's probably got multiple tape measures laying around the garage, but when you start a project, always use the same tape measure you start with, because I'm sure everybody knows, but there could be a little bit of slack here left in this, I guess we call it cleat or the teeth or the beginning of the tape measure, and they all have a little bit of play in them, different from this one and the ones I got stacked up on the shelf. So this is the one I like. It's a cheapo, but I like it. It's I guess you call it idiot proof. It's got all the fractions and everything on it. So when you get here in the Southeast Texas heat in a garage, I think the heat index is like 115 today, so it's nice and cool in here. Got my little fan going. But I'm going to pull me a 2x6 out of the stack of lumber I've got in the back, because I'm building these tables. I bought all the lumber at first. Got it stacked up in the garage. They came from an air conditioning store, as you see, Lowe's or Home Depot. So I got them here in the heat, so that's because they're going to be an outside furniture. See if they're going to warp or twist. And I can call out, I bought a few extra of each 2x4s or 2x6s. So we'll cut that down and get it milled up. Get ready for the breadboard ends. Alright, so I got table saws set up for the first rip. What I'm trying to do here is, all your box store lumber come with rounded edges, so I'm trying to mill that down where that's square on both sides, so you get a nice good flush seam, and it gets rid of all this corner knots and stuff. Goofed a little bit. I thought I hit the record button, but I didn't. But as you can see now, nice square, smooth flat edges, good clean surface to do whatever you need to do. Great for gluing up and everything. If you're trying to do a flush mount like a butcher block or breadboard ends or a farm style table, you get that good clean seam between the two boards. As you can see there, good, clean surfacer. Between the ends and the boards I just milled down. Now we get ready to put the pins in and do a glue up.